One woman who grew up in Altadena says it was more than a neighborhood. This was the beacon of opportunity because it was one of California's first middle-class black communities. Joining me now is Allyson Carlisle, who lost her childhood home in the Eaton fire. Her aunt, uncle, and cousin's home a couple blocks away also destroyed. Allyson, first of all, so glad that you are able to speak with us and you are safe. So sorry about the devastation. Tell us about how your dad, and tell us about your dad and how he tried to save your childhood home.
Thank you, Phil. My dad, he stayed until the water cut off. He tried to water the roof, he tried to water the yard, and he said that he had a pretty good handle on it, but then the carport caught on fire, the water stopped, it spread to the bushes, which spread to the garage, which was connected to the house, and he couldn't do anything. And then at that point, he left him and the dog.
It must have been terrifying. How is he doing?
He is doing okay. He has some burns on his fingers. One of his eyebrows is singed, and he's having nightmares. But he's just trying to pick up the pieces and figure out how to move forward.
But incredibly brave. Glad he is doing okay as well. We understand that your relatives who live just blocks away also lost their home.
Yes, there's 4 total homes lost, one being my grandparents' home, which my grandparents bought 51 years ago. My aunt and cousin live there now. I also lived there from birth until I was 4 years old. This is kind of the cornerstone to not only my immediate family, but my extended family. They would always come here and we would always have celebrations, spend holidays, and as you can see, it's also gone.
Allyson, tell us about growing up in Altadena and the cultural significance, as I mentioned, it has as an historically black middle-class neighborhood.
Yeah, it's great. It's wonderful. You get to see people of color that are very successful, but also other races. There's many other races that are there. It's kind of a melting pot. Everyone is always willing to help, which we've seen this week. It's really like a small town right outside of kind of a big town. Like if you're from Altadena, you say you're from Altadena. You don't say you're from Pasadena. Like you want to make that distinguishment because it's just a great place to grow up, a great place to live, a lot of small businesses, a lot of culture, a lot of community, just helping each other succeed and grow this community to be what it was. And we will continue.
Yeah, and that was my next question. We were just showing some pictures of the Altadena Community Church burning.
Yes, which is, that's 1 block away from my mother's house.
Yeah, it's all so horrific, and it's gone now, just like so many other things in the area. You say moving forward, there are times like these when there's a catastrophe and some people just don't have it in them to rebuild, but the community you're describing isn't that.
No. Everyone's going to be strong. We have the support of people outside the community to lift us up and continue on and rebuild. We have to rebuild and keep our land. This is a historically black area. It's a hodgepodge of all different races. Lots of generations live here. People don't really leave if you don't have to. So we have to rebuild. We have to make Altadena what it was, the beautiful Altadena. You see lots of license plates that say beautiful Altadena. We have to make it what it was.
It'll be beautiful.
Even better.
It'll be beautiful, yeah, and even better again. Allyson, let me ask you one final question. With such a tight-knit community and so many people who have lost so much, how are you all coming together and helping those who maybe have lost everything as opposed to just losing some things?
Yeah, so luckily we're in a social media time, so there's been a lot of information, a lot of outreach. We have a GoFundMe. People are donating, so people are reaching out to me, classmates I haven't talked to in years, personal friends, and they're bringing stuff to me, donating to me so I can distribute to my family. Anything extra we have, we're distributing to other families and donation centers. So it's getting to a point where it's almost too much, but it's too much love that's out there. Everyone is willing to give the clothes in their closet, the food from their own houses to people that have nothing.
Yeah, if it's going to be too much love, if people will take. Allyson Carlisle,
Yes.
I can't thank you enough for taking the time to share your family's harrowing story and all it has lost over the past couple of weeks, and your community story with us. It's a beautiful story, and it will be beautiful again. Allyson, thanks so much.
Thank you for your time.